Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching Top 10's Net, and in the video today, we're looking at the top 10 fictional nice guys who are actually jerks. Number 10. Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy.
In Batman Begins, when Bruce reveals that he's Batman, his love interest, Rachel Dawes, explains that she can't be with him as long as he continues to dress as a bat and beat up gangsters. Wayne is unwilling to give up the mantle of Batman, and the two part ways. Despite this sounding fairly clear-cut, in The Dark Knight, Wayne continues to act as if Dawes is just, waiting for him to stop being Batman. Wayne never once questions the idea that Dawes would continue to display anything other than utter devotion to him. Even when Dawes writes a letter explicitly spelling out her desire to move on and marry a man who doesn't dress like a giant bat, Wayne still doesn't get the message because his butler burns it.
Number 9. Ross from Friends.
If you somehow avoided the cultural juggernaut that was Friends, Ross spends about 60% of the show's first 3 seasons lamenting the fact that his friend Rachel won't date him because she can't see how much better he is for her than anyone else. The thing is, Ross isn't a nice guy, at all. He's whiny, possessive, and acts smugly superior to anyone he thinks he's smarter than. He belittles Joey for not being as smart as him and fires a male nanny because the idea of a man in a traditionally female role is weird. When he gets together with Rachel, he acts like every guy she meets is trying to sleep with her. For him, it's as if she has no agency of her own and is incapable of not sleeping with random guys who are nice to her.
Number 8. Snape from the Harry Potter series.
Throughout the first few Harry Potter books and films, Severus Snape is the closest thing the series has to a villain behind Voldemort himself. He's constantly angry, always wears black, and seems to show nothing but contempt for Harry. In the last book, and movie though, it's revealed that Snape was actually a nice guy all along. But here's the thing, flashbacks to Snape's childhood show that he and Harry's mother, Lily, were childhood friends until he called her a filthy mudblood, essentially the wizarding equivalent of the N-word. When Lily understandably tells Snape to shove a firebolt straight up his Chamber of Secrets, he gets angry at her for having the nerve not to forgive him for being a giant wizard racist.
Number 7. Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle is portrayed as being nothing short of a genius throughout the show's run, and he constantly laments to us about how nice he is whenever he gets a girlfriend. The thing is, Malcolm is awful to every girl who shows him any affection in the show. In the episode Malcolm Gets a Girlfriend, he's so distrustful of his girlfriend that he beats up another kid and then buys her a walkie-talkie so she can check in with him 24/7. Later, Malcolm makes out with a drunk girl who then offers to have sex with him seconds before passing out. Malcolm considers it for a moment before leaving, feeling conflicted about why he didn't just man up and do the deed. Malcolm actually thinks that he might be gay until his brother Francis explains to him that not taking advantage of a drunk chick, better known as rape, was the right thing to do.
Number 6. Ted from How I Met Your Mother.
As the central plot of How I Met Your Mother is Ted Mosby's journey to finding his soulmate, he understandably dates a lot of women during the show's run. He also spends a considerable amount of screen time wondering aloud why he's never lucky in love despite being so nice, never once thinking that it might have something to do with the fact that he's clearly a terrible person. The list of awful things Ted does to women during the show's run is insane, so we'll just list a few of the worst examples. He hits on women with boyfriends and husbands, breaks up with a girl on her birthday twice, cheats on women all the time, and goes back to his exes for sex while talking about how awful they are to his friends. This isn't even mentioning the fact that as an old man, he's asked by his children how he met their mother, and he responds by telling them about literally every other woman he'd ever slept with.
Number 5. Marge from The Simpsons.
Despite Homer being portrayed as an arrogant oaf with the mental fortitude of a beached whale with a blowhole stuffed full of creationist textbooks, he is unequivocally shown to be a good husband who loves his wife. With the exception of one episode where Homer thinks he's in love with his co-worker Mindy and dismisses the idea because he knows he loves his wife, he never entertains the thought of betraying Marge's trust or his marital vows. Which makes it kind of rich that in the show's very first season, Marge was this close to cheating on Homer with a French guy called Jacques. In contrast, in the episode where Homer meets Mindy, he does everything he can to avoid her, and when he's shown that if he cheated on Marge with Mindy he'd become rich and successful by Sir Isaac Newton's ghost, yeah that really happens, he decides not to do it because he can't bring himself to betray his wife.
Number 4. Fry from Futurama.
Now, we know what you're thinking. Futurama protagonist Fry is a nice guy. However, his relationship with Leela throughout the show's run reveals some rather unsavory aspects of his character, mainly that he feels that he deserves Leela. For example, whenever Leela dates another guy in the show, Fry gets annoyed because he feels like he'd make a much better boyfriend, even though he refuses to grow up or make any kind of effort to improve himself. Of course, the series ends with them getting together because if there's one message we need pop culture telling our young men, it's that if you pursue a woman for years and question her choice in men at every possible opportunity, eventually she'll realize that she loves you.
Number 3. Niles from Frasier.
A running joke throughout the first few seasons of Frasier is that the eponymous Frasier's brother is madly in love with their father's physical therapist, Daphne. Did we mention that Niles is married to another woman this entire time? Niles' unrequited love is played for laughs most of the time, and he is always portrayed as being nothing short of a gentleman, never acting on his impulses or feelings for Daphne, out of respect for his wife Maris, a manipulative she-harpy who is known to be emotionally abusive and mentally unstable. So, why does Niles, as a kind, caring husband who is a psychiatrist, never try to help his clearly ill wife?
Number 2. Eric from That 70s Show.
As a character on a show set during the 70s, it's to be expected that Eric Foreman would have some pretty well-dated opinions about women, which is fine. We like a little realism with our TV shows. But throughout the series, he is shown to have some fairly repugnant views, which he rarely gets called on. He thinks women shouldn't be smarter or more successful than their partners, pulls down a girl's pants and then mocks her choice of underwear, tries to stick it in his girlfriend's rear entrance after watching an adult movie without discussing it with her first, and gets annoyed at the idea of his girlfriend pursuing her dream job because she should be spending more time with him.
Number 1. Everyone in The Big Bang Theory.
We wanted to single out one character from The Big Bang Theory, but it proved to be impossible because they're all equally unpleasant. For starters, all 4 members of the principal cast, with the exception of Sheldon, endlessly complain about how women just don't like guys like them because they like science and video games, while simultaneously making no effort to meet any women. When they do meet women, they make little effort to dress up or present themselves in a better light, but only judge the women they meet on their appearance. In the early seasons, Leonard lies constantly to Penny just to maintain a sexual relationship with her, sabotages a friend's research project, and tries to always make everything about him. Howard, meanwhile, defines his entire being by his inability to have sex, and tries everything to get with women except treating them like human beings. Raj can't open up to women unless he's drunk, and when he is, he's lecherous and unpleasant. In fact, the only character who doesn't objectify women is Sheldon, and he ends up dating a woman who endlessly pressures him into having a sexual relationship that he clearly doesn't want.
So I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please do give us a like below and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, use the comment section to let us know what you think of this video. And if you like this one, why not check out some of our other media-related lists over there on the right. One is the top 10 sequels you didn't know existed. And below that, we've got the top 10 television characters that were so good they needed their own spin-off shows. So be sure to check those videos out. Be sure to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.